alive unless you are an audio listener. It's time for Destiny Down Under.
G'day, welcome to the 208th episode of the Destiny Down Under podcast. As every week, I'm Log Power Slave, except for this week, for whatever reason, I look like I've been, burnt to death by the sun. I'm sure what's going on with the camera.
Yeah,
I know. It's getting out of control
as well.
It is. I went to swimming lessons, not for me, for my daughter, obviously, but, you know, it's the chlorine water. Oh, my God. I have to wash it. So, anyway.
Jokes on them. You're getting free lessons at the same time, right?
Well, I can stand because it's in the kids' pool, so I don't need them, mate. But you know what I always do? You know what I always do?
Log, you can stand, mate. You don't have to tread water. Like, okay. Oh, yeah, no problem. You're just practicing your swim technique.
Do you know what I do? This is the kind of scumbag I am in real life, right? I go in. We've Thea's got a lessons. I go in. We have the lesson. And then I go and jump in the pool and have a bit of a swim myself. Just don't pay for it. Just take a liberty. Pay for my other daughter so she can swim, but
mate, that's like one of those life hack blogs, you know, how to save $100 per year. Just have a cheeky swim in the pool.
Have a cheeky. So you got to have kids. So I don't know that it's an effective money saving strategy.
What if you take someone else's kids? What if you take someone else's
borrow
kids?
a kid? You know. I mean, don't kidnap one. Ask, please. But yeah, I mean, maybe that's if this podcast goes tits up, I'll go into life hacks. I've got a few.
Well, look, I can add one for you, right?
All right, okay.
On the same topic. So we went to, my niece had a birthday party at the pool, the aquatic center. And I don't know what kind of pools you have over there, but there's like water slides and shit, like the good ones.
Can you stop pronouncing it like it's full of shit, please? Pool. I want less poo in my pool.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, do you have ones with like the water slides and shit?
Yeah, of course. You think this is fucking...
Right. Water slides at the pool. At the pool. Yeah. So there's water. So she had a birthday party there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We didn't have to pay to get in. Walked up and said, we're here for the kids. We're here for the kids' birthday party.
So do you now, is your strategy just to go down on the punt and say, we're here for the kids' birthday party? And if there's a birthday party, you just get let in? Yes. Yes.
You know, not like you should be supporting the community centers that probably make no fucking money and like provide a fun place for kids to play basketball and go swimming and...
I'm my own community centre. I need to worry about my own welfare. Anyway, how to be a tight ass on the DDU podcast. New segment coming up soon. Anyway, how you going, Cobber? How's your week been? I know partly how your week's been. You've been a bit of a grumpy.
An angry boy.
Yeah.
I've been an angry boy. I don't know why.
How was your trip back to high school? We could probably start there.
That was really good.
Right,
I met my... Oh, fuck. You probably saw the tweet this morning.
I did. Yeah, I knew that it was going to go bad, though. The second you started telling me about it, I'm like...
No. It actually went really good.
Of course it did, but there's always one kid, right, that is just incapable of, like, actually getting any benefit from it at all.
So they're doing, like, a data science. No, so this is... All right, who cares? No one's here for Destiny. Shut up, everyone. All right, so
we'll talk about fucking Destiny in a minute, for God's sake.
It's a Friday afternoon. It's 2:30 p.m. It's the last day of the class. The entire I don't know what the freedom units are. It must be middle school. It's not even middle school. It's like year 7 to year 10, right?
Yep.
And it's like extra. It's like workplace ready activities or some shit.
Yeah.
So some kids some kids have picked how to be a barista. And that's what they do on a Friday afternoon. So these kids, nothing wrong with being a barista, by the way.
It did hurt my soul when you said that, though. Like
What?
that, I don't mean to, I'm not looking down on anybody, but I feel like that's one of the jobs that like you do if you don't like. There's no way I can say that doesn't come across really insensitive.
Look, to be honest.
It's like bartending, right? No one graduates high school and goes, I want to be a bartender. Everyone does bartending while they're doing something else.
Yeah, but some people, right? Oh, there's another story. If you want to be really good at making coffee,
True.
you could go on your cafe, right?
Yeah.
Right. But I think what you're saying is the most of the baristas you meet don't really like they're not there for the progression.
Yeah, no, they're not invested in being a barista. They're being a barista because it's a means to an end.
Like, I would like some barista knowledge because, you know, every streamer has their own coffee label now. So that would be fucking nice.
What would your coffee label be if you just completely put on the spot?
What would be the coffee name?
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
I just thought, you guys ever had Browntown?
Destiny Down Under's Browntown coffee. Looks like shit, doesn't taste like it. and then just us on the packet with a thumbs up going like, trust us. I wouldn't trust us. No fucking way.
Smooth brain blend. Oh fuck.
Yeah,
right, this story's taking forever. What was I saying?
You're talking about the kids. Yep. You're talking about the kids and what sort of classes they were there for and what the fuck ever else.
Right. So that's a bit of entry. Like this is like the things they could choose from. And these kids, they pick data science, right?
Yep.
And they're having a lot of trouble engaging them. And because, you know, they did the typical stupid tactics like, oh, we'll get like an AFL person in, or, you know, like someone who works for one of the AFL clubs and talk about data or something there. And the kids.
I mean, to be fair, there is a lot of data science that goes into modern day sport, but
yeah.
I mean, if you're the kind of kid that's really into data science, you're probably not really into sport. You know, like that might be something you find later in life. I don't know.
Yeah, like true. AFL is Australian Football League, footy ball. So they thought, you know what, we need to crack them. We'll get Matt in to talk about YouTube and the data behind that. And it worked out perfectly because I uploaded the Outriders video and the Halo, my most two recent videos. And they're obviously very different from Destiny Lore. So we could look at the difference between them and like where traffic was coming from and engagement and all that kind of stuff. So it was really good. They were the most engaged apparently they've ever been. Teachers were happy, blah, 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 blah. But two of the funniest comments. To start off, I just sort of was showing them the back end of YouTube, showing them the YouTube studio and that, and how poorly Halo did. And how my normal videos go. And I was like, so what's our interpretation from this? And this like little fucking kid puts his hand up. He says, never try anything new. No joke. Don't. And I was like, you hear that's like,
it goes right to the spirit animal.
You're my spirit animal, and it goes right to my soul. It hit me right in the heart. Like, is my life a mistake? Don't do anything new. That was the other thing. And then I was like, when we got a bit further on the lesson, I was talking about click-through rate and how people click on thumbnails, right? And I was like, so how do you get people to click on thumbnails? And the Chad McChaddington.
Here we go. Yeah.
Chad McChaddington at the back. Girls in bikini, sir. And I was like, and everyone's like, hi. Everyone starts laughing. I was like, yeah, you're not wrong, but I'm talking more about principles of like of thumbnail design. Then I mean, that went well.
You're not wrong, but I have to tell you that you are. I mean, really, it'd fucking work, wouldn't it? We know the world we live in. We know the stage we're on.
Yeah.
That's good, dude. I'm happy. I'm happy. Well, now onto the bad part of your week, which was everything else by the sounds of it.
I've been going through like just highs and lows in Destiny. I've really got back into it.
Yep.
Because someone finally told me there's Lost Sector exotics, and I enjoyed that content. And of course, I'm so far behind, I can't do it. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to try this Grandmasters because Log's been banging on and thinks, I think you really like Grandmasters. Like, you know what? I think I might too. So I'm so far behind.
Yep. What power level are you at? What power level are you at now?
1280 something.
Oh, fuck, you're not that far off. You're nowhere near as far off as you probably feels like you are.
Yeah, well, I started at 1250. I started at 1250.
Right. Okay. Yep.
And which is like day one, because I literally put it down as soon as I saw Kydal, and then had to do fucking bounties or whatever. And I was like, no, I'll see you later. I'm out.
Yeah.
And 100%, like I am 100% in the boat that as soon as I do strike missions or the gambit or something that I've been doing for 7 years, I just get like instant depression. I just hate every moment of it. I don't want to waste my time doing this.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Yeah, I think
I want to be having fun when I play video games, not doing.
It feels like a chore, and there's a real genuine kind of like your eyes glaze over, and you're just going through the motions of those things, which it's part of where the game's at, but I think it's something that they'll definitely look to address.
They are, right, because we don't have this again. So that's what I'm thinking. But I'm in this catch-22 where it's like I get upset when I play it on stream, because I always criticize Destiny streamers for doing their Destiny dishes on stream, because I think it's the most boring fucking content you could ever do. Like, it's just basically you got to dance, monkey dance. Like, you have to be talking about the most ridiculous bullshit because you're not doing anything fun in the game. So the game's not the entertainment. You have to be the entertainment.
Where you like put the shoe on the other foot, and when you're doing comp, it's entertaining because of, it's the higher stakes game mode, but also you carrying on. I'm with you, and I have been for a while. I think that that kind of really grind was what made me just go no, and I'd pissed off to Valheim for a week at the start of the season, and a few weeks at the back end of the last one, and just left it. But with that being less of a factor in future seasonal releases, I think very good. I don't think it helped that Battlegrounds is nothing. It's nothing, right? There's nothing really new about Battlegrounds. There's no mechanic. Like the thing with it is, it's just like a spectacle. Like, here's this place, there's fuckloads of enemies, and it's cool. They take probably a few minutes too long, in my opinion, depending on who you're running them with and what. Like, they're a pretty long and arduous thing. I mean, I think they're a reasonable addition to the game, but I think that they could have really, they could have consolidated that into the strike playlist and made that pinnacle that you're talking about going and getting in strikes, because it's in that playlist anyway, mind you, and go, okay, well, anything in the 3 of any activity in this playlist will get you that pinnacle. And then you could go one strike, one thing, and then do your Master Nightfall, bang, and then you're there, right? It'd be quicker. I think it'd freshen it up a bit. Battlegrounds, I mean, I haven't done one for a couple of weeks, I'll be honest. It's not something that particularly grabbed me hard. That's anyway, a turn of speech I probably shouldn't be associating with video games, but moving on. I don't know. I think with things like that, I'm kind of watching my own burnout level. I don't want to get too hard into grinding, things like that. I played Gambit all Wednesday night to try and get a bottom dollar and had like a day of self-loathing after it. So I can definitely tell you that I understand where you're coming from. Yeah. But
see, like I still don't mind PvP comp. I know everyone hates comp at the moment, but I'm low enough that I enjoy it.
I think for you, it's a great, like I've been saying this, you know that. I've been saying this for months and months and months, that you go in and you play that, you'll both rank up, get better, and you'll have fun because it's got that, like, I don't know. I mean, you can play all the AI enemies in the world and you never get the kind of, incidental crazy shit that happens when you're playing against real players. So that's why it always works. It's always a fallback, even if there's not been really enough done to refresh it over time. How you going? I mean, obviously I played you on, when was that, Wednesday, and you fucking took the clip of the one impressive thing you did in the entire game, and then roasted me on fucking Twitter for it. Which fair game. I'll say this. I didn't give you enough respect. I thought, I know he's out there. I'll fucking just do this and kill him just so I can.
Hey, do you like my combo with the mask of Bacchus and the shotgun?
Yeah, it's rude. It's very rude. And especially you used it in that context to fuck off, right? Because you threw down the smoke grenade.
But when you see a Titan charging for you, you teleport into them and they get the stasis slow, and then you're behind them as well. It's pretty gnarly.
That's crook. I didn't realize that was what you were doing to me at all. I was just like, why is this? What the fuck?
Yeah, so because I got the fragment on that slows when I dodge, and it counts as a dodge. So you see them running towards you, teleport through them, they get the slow, and they can't turn around quick enough for you to get a shot off.
You've been back playing this game for fucking 5 minutes, and you've already turned into a toxic hunter dickhead.
I learned it from Trickster from Outriders. So the other thing I've realized, my most successful tweet this week, from literally spending a week in comp, is what the fuck is up with Chaos Reach?
Oh, dude, yeah. I saw that, and admittedly I laughed because it's exactly the sort of thing I would tweet. But you tweeted it, and it was after playing 1 day of PvP, and I'm like, it is, but it's fucking everywhere, and it's so much worse now, and I don't know why. It's always been that I mean, I wouldn't know because I don't play in a Warlock, but talking to Sass and that, they're like, yeah, it's always been that good. It was just never really brought to everyone's attention. So it's only going to get worse. The amount of fucking Warlocks I've seen invading in Gambit and doing it, and getting in there, cancel it and fuck off, and then come back 2 minutes later and do it again. It's almost like someone just wants you to hate Warlocks. Like someone somewhere just.
I just really, you know what really surprised me? Really fucking surprised me that was in the game and everyone's still banging on about stasis. Like, I didn't even know that this was an issue. As someone who never played Crucible, I went in expecting stasis to be the most obnoxious thing. And then I was just up against back-to-back 3 Chaos Reach Warlocks. And as soon as they got their supers, bang, cancel, next up, bang, cancel.
The old fuck off rate. So when you're in an argument, you just start making a loud noise at someone to get them to shut up. It's basically the Destiny super ability equivalent of that. It's fucking horrible. But I'm seeing it more and more and more, and I feel like it's one of those things that it's gonna, you Warlocks, if you want to, you should have been fucking sleeping on that more. You should have just keep it on the down low. And
use the shit out of
it. now that everyone's fucking doing it, boom, bang, nerfed. Just dust that shit off.
It's gonna go because when did it start happening? Because everyone says it's always been there, but when did it literally just get?
I think I've noticed it this season, and I don't know what's driven it or what. Maybe it's someone's finally twigged on and made a YouTube video about it. I'd love to just in terms of looking at the social evolution of this sort of stuff. I'd love to know where it started and how it grew, because I think that there's a lot of shit that we do in Destiny metas that. They matter much less than people seem to want to think they do. But
and do you know what people say? Do you know that tweet that got 1,000 fucking likes? You know the number one sort of general theme comment? A Warlock saying, "Well, you made us do it because stasis is so bad." That is legitimately their legitimate response.
Look, I'll say this. You can fucking clip this shit, whatever you need to do to fucking sleep well at night. But look, the Titan, the fucking behemoth, its super is fucking ridiculous. And it's ridiculous in terms of not only how much you can kill people with it, but the distance you can travel with it. It's going to get nerfed, and it deserves to, wholeheartedly. I've already started not playing it anymore and going back to hammers and stuff like that because I know that it's coming, right? So fair enough, be cranky about it, but it's happening. It'll happen. It's days.
So what you're saying is Warlock, Chaos Reach is overpowered, Behemoth is overpowered. So I guess in the next patch notes we'll see some Hunter nerfs coming through.
Definitely. Titan's overpowered, Warlock's overpowered. Nerf Hunter. Nerfing Hunter mobility to balance. nerfing Titan melee range. It's kind of what it is. I wish it wasn't, but I think the Hunters, like, admittedly, Hunters have had some fucking toxic shit too since the start of Beyond Light. Like the dunk, the magpie bomb, shatter dive shit was fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
You weren't playing really heavily around that time, so
No, I wasn't.
It was like I was ready to literally fight people in the street over that shit, but. You know,
it's not there anymore.
It's not there anymore. I mean, it's still there. It's just not as pronounced. But that's a good example of it being brought back to the pack. I think that I don't know. I'm surprised that we didn't get a touch to Behemoth this season. I thought for sure it was going down. It's definitely going down. It's broken.
Yeah,
but I think you touch on an important thing. I think you touch on an important kind of note that, like, if you read all day that stasis is horrible on Twitter, right? And then you go into fucking PvP and you get frozen, which inherently feels a little bit shit because you're kind of just there going, before you get killed. It's very easy to go, this is broken and horrible and I don't want it in the game. But I think the thing that people really need to start stepping back and realizing is that it's not going anywhere. If you're going to continue to play Destiny PvP, you're going to have to learn to fucking adapt to it. And going on and just carte blanche screaming at it into the void isn't going to change anything. So unless you can put an articulate point behind what you're saying.
I'm sorry. Fucking all the people still complaining in chat saying, nah, it's the worst. You are fucking trash at PvP. There you go. Because I was not getting frozen that often. Honestly, I played fucking a week worth of comp and I was getting killed by Chaos Reach statistically more than fucking absolutely frozen. There is no way you are getting frozen that much. There's no way. How are you getting frozen? Are you standing in the fucking dome? What are you doing to get frozen that much? Send me footage of what you're doing. You absolute donkeys.
Speaking from the glorious mountain top is
1 week of PvP.
one week of PvP experience and fucking probably 0.8 KD. Just, I know better because I have the loudest voice. Fuck you. But I do think that, like, at some point we're just going to need to kind of get past it, because I feel like a lot of people's enjoyment of things is, I don't know, there's always that fucking thing in Destiny 2 where if you're using something that people don't like, it's like some shameful thing. Like it used to be Top Tree fucking Arcs, what's it called, Striker Titan, where you could zip around and just shoulder charge a million people in your super, and everyone hated you for it. Oh, you wanker, and you know, part of the reason why I turned off my fucking open DMs on Steam so that I wouldn't get people fucking abusing me. But I feel like there's this like, oh, I don't use that because I'm better than that sort of shit. And I'm just like, you know, we're not playing for sheep stations. We're not playing for sheep stations. Trials is not fucking enabled at this point. Just go and have fun.
I went into a super, super toxic zone because when this Chaos Reach stuff started to happen, like every comp round, I just flipped my lid and then I had to take a step back and be like, no, he's playing within the game. Yes, he's had his super every single round and just goes, bah!
He's just what he's doing is making great use of the tools he's got, right? And at the end of the day, you got to go, well, fuck. You know.
100 intellect, Chaos Reach with the fucking boots on. I'm like, he's just playing in the rules. I thought I had to take a step back.
He's probably put a lot of effort into getting the rolls on that gear and all that sort of stuff too. So you just got to suck it up and like, as much as we want to talk shit about it, and I think it's fucking incredibly more in Gambit than in PvP. It's been fucking doing my head in. Like, Gambit to begin with does my head in. But look, why don't we dive into one of the bigger hot topic issues that's happened since last cast? The fact that they retired trials because of the great Harker emblem win trading plot of fucking Wall Street Bets Destiny moment.
I didn't know what this was until today. I got explained it today.
It's fucking insane. Aura took me through it, like the fucking dunce that I am. Just he was like, "This is how they were doing it." Oh, thank you, young man.
Yeah, well, give us too long didn't read because I didn't understand it until.
I mean, look, basically what they were doing was it was a signal that, you know, it basically two people would wear that emblem, one person would wear another random one. You could then contact that person, they'd have open DMs and decide who was going to pull out. And what you were doing is basically pulling out one character and like giving them the win, or rejoining with a second character and like on a card. So you'd basically protecting yourself, your second character, from a loss. So people were like, just the statistic that came out in Trials Report, there was like fucking some extortionate number of people that went to the lighthouse but getting 0 kills. But I mean, look, to be fair, I know what Aura was doing. Him and some of the Cosmic Boys went into Trials wearing the Harker emblem and just tried to match people and then shit on them, because while they were typing messages trying to see who was going to work out, who was going to back out, they'd win the first round and then the other team would leave. So that's a way of abusing the system. But I think it's sad, man.
Their main account, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's sad. So you know, I mean, it's no secret that Trials needs some attention. We've been saying that for probably 3 or 4 months now, if not longer. Maybe it takes this for them to realize that, you know, the model of Trials is probably, you know, it was a pretty brutal thing back in fucking 2014 or 2015 when it first came out, and I don't think that it's really evolved to keep up with people's expectation of what their time's worth and all that sort of stuff now. So, I mean, that's why you see cheating. That's why you see people paying recovs, and that's why you see.
I honestly just think non-competitive, more game modes in Destiny will be like a really big way to get players to return. Fun,
yeah,
game modes,
and just standing a chance at getting a decent drop just at the end of a game.
Yeah,
rather than it,
like,
you know,
fun game modes with. I just have to put the loot there. I mean, look at the fucking hype around the dinosaurs and the monsters this week.
Oh god, we're going to talk about that. Have you? Look, we haven't spoken about this. This could be really dangerous. Not good yet.
Let's wait till we get there. I'm just
I'm just trying to work out. I'm going to move my mouse cursor over the stop streaming fucking button, just in case. Yeah, but like, look, that was what happened. It's been, you know, there's no Trials this weekend as well, so it's obviously something that, I mean, it does kind of frustrate me to an extent that it took something of this scale for it to be kind of, you know, I'm sure they've been thinking about it for a long time. I probably, you know, I won't go so far as to say, oh, why is this being thought about now? The percentage of cheaters, and look, I'll probably catch shit for saying this. I have not run into a cheater that I've noticed was a deliberate cheater in Trials for probably months at this point. So I think I've definitely run into recovs. I know that. I've run into a lot of people that I know doing recovs. So I know that I'm running into them all the time. So I think that's sort of becoming a larger problem. But this win trading shit, it's real and it's there. The other things that we need to touch on that aren't in the 12, well, they kind of reference, but we had 2 excellent sort of articles put out this week. One was the Deepstone Crypt ride along, where the RAD team went through and spoke to Deepstone Crypt from their own perspective. And there's a write up on Bungie.net that sort of expounds on a lot of that sort of stuff too. Incredible stuff. If you're into the sort of like peeling back the curtain a bit and looking at the way things like that actually come together, great stuff. I really enjoyed it. This week at Bungie, but there was also a tech blog. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like 90% of that shit didn't go over my head, but I'm so fucking stoked that they're doing it. I think that, you know, I think I tweeted earlier in the week that I'd love to see them do like they used to do the Bungie podcast back in the day when Luke Smith was not running the whole universe. He was doing the podcast, right? And I felt like it, gave people an opportunity to sort of talk through the things, talk through the decision-making processes behind things and all that sort of stuff, and dispel a lot of people's misconceptions about what was really going on. I think it would be a super useful thing right now. Maybe that's something that we'll see serviced by articles like this. I don't know. But either way, a great step forward. And if it's the sort of thing you're into, if you're into that sort of tech stuff behind the veil of what actually makes Destiny tick, or how hard it is to fix, small issue, seemingly small issues in the game, definitely go and jump on and check that out. So hopefully see more of that. All right, we'll jump into the TWAB now. I'm not even going to run the sting. I've repurposed the sting. We're using it in the Go Live tweet now, so it can get fucked.
Got it.
International Women's Day. It was International Women's Day yesterday. I always have a joke with my boss. My boss Michelle is an absolute champion. She's the fearless leader of my department at work, but she stands literally 5 foot tall and there's nothing of her. So we always joke that, I do all the dumb heavy lifting out in the lab and whatnot. On International Women's Day, I'm like, she decides that she gets super strength, and she's like, no, this is the day that I go and do everything, but we deliberately make it so there's nothing to do. So it's just this weird inside joke that we've developed over the years. But
you're like, hey, here's this fucking 200 kilo box. No one's gonna help you with it.
I mean, admittedly, some of the stuff that we've refined a lot of the processes of manual handling in the time that I've been there. But it's one of those things that it always comes around on the calendar, and I always know when it is because we always make the same joke. So it's fucking awesome to see Bungie doing another pin and get your in-game emblem and support the shit out of this stuff because it matters. At the end of the day, everyone's someone's sister or daughter or mother or aunt or whatever else, and that's good. Talking about the teleporting, the more teleporty enemies that we've seen, there's a bit of exposition there about it. You can go and read it if you want, but more or less it comes down to the sheer amount of data that they're trying to stuff through one pipeline. That's not a euphemism. That's the example that they've actually used. It's like a highway. So really, it's just a bit of glitching in the game. The Deepstone Crypt, there's a bit more information about that, but we get on to the most important part of the 12 this week, which look, we get to take our destiny in our own hands in the Destiny community, and these opportunities don't come around all that often. We've seen the retiring of what's it, bloody faction rallies. God, it's like peeling back the layers of dust in my brain to remember what faction rallies were. I've always loved, my favorite thing in Destiny is when we get pointless reasons to just banter, right? Like a faction rallies, like, oh, you.
Yeah, the funny. I was going to say this before with the whole debate about Chaos Reach, is Destiny's best thing and worst thing is it's created sports club fans. Go Warlocks, go Hunters, go.
Tribalism in Destiny is well and truly alive. It is. And it's and I love it.
It's the greatest thing about the game. But when it comes to no Warlocks, they're going to be like, oh, Chaos Reach is broken. No, they're like, no, but they'll be like, no, but you've got fucking Shadow Dive and Titan's got Behemoth, so we get this. It's always every conversation is just that.
Honestly, the reason that Warlocks got such a fucking pounding on this podcast is because there isn't one on this podcast, right? That's it. Because Matty plays Hunter, I play Titan, and that's just the way it is. I love that about Destiny. Don't get me wrong. I hate the toxic aspect of it where people are being assholes. Yeah. But, I love getting in, look at someone like Chook, a bloody, Gandalf the Grey, the old man playing on the Warlock. And I'm always into him about it. Oh my God, floofing around or whatever. You only use that class because you can't do jumping puzzles or whatever. I think it makes it fucking harder anyway, but whatever. I think that sort of stuff, that base level just niggling, provided it's in good nature, is great. And the TWAB this week with the revelation that we're going to get as a community to vote which of two armor sets we want to see put in the game come Festival of the Lost is that again. Instant explosion of absolute dribble on Twitter. I'm throwing myself.
This actually might be the first Festival of the Lost that I'll do. Actually, wait, can't you just buy them? Aren't they just bought?
I think they're silver. That was, yeah.
A silver or bright dust.
Or earned via bright dust, yeah. So you'll be, I mean, I've got a shitload of
I've
bright dust in
realized
there.
I've got a fair bit of bright dust because I never use it.
Or get in there and actually make yourself not look like you rolled through an op shop for once. It might not matter to you. It might not matter to you because you don't see your own character, but the rest of us have to suffer. So please,
well,
please
this
jump
is
in there
never
and do it.
How much do you reckon it'll be? Bright dust.
I don't know, Matt. Fucking hell. I'm not an economist of Eververse, okay? All I care about is the fact that we dead set could be getting something that looks like fucking Grimlock from Transformers in the game. That's it. That was...
So
right.
I'm seeing a lot of dinos, but I think there's like a lot of monsters hiding in the closets. A lot of monsters just not being vocal about it.
I mean, that's where monsters live. That's where fucking... Look, what we might do, we're going to have to talk this through because this is the big talking point of the week other than 12-man fucking raids, which we'll get to immediately after this. But I'm gonna call it up now, all right? I'm going to call up Team Monsters. I'm going to try as hard as I can not to say anything disparaging about them. And then we'll talk about Team Dinos. And then I'm pretty sure we're going to know who is going for what team. Because I feel like if Matt found out that I was going for one team, he would almost certainly pick the other.
No.
No,
Wait,
really?
you don't know what I'm going for. You don't know what I'm going for. Have I not told you?
No, I haven't told you either. Ooh,
I know what you're going for.
Yeah, of course you do.
I've seen all the fucking Grimlock fucking posts you've made every fucking day, twice a day.
On the hour. Scheduling tweets about Grimlock at this point. All right, here we go. We're going to pull it up. We're going to look at the team monsters. Try not to boo, chat. Try not to boo the monsters. Look, we've got... Hang on, I'll make it even bigger. We've got what appears to be... This is Godzilla on the left, for sure. Now, this is... I like that. Like, look... I'm not going to say that there aren't redeeming features in this armor set, okay? Because there definitely are. The Godzilla one, I mean, I don't play on a hunter ever. I don't care at all. But that's pretty cool. Like, I'll give it that, okay? And then I've heard a couple of different takes on this. The creature from the Black Lagoon, I think, is the actual intent, but it also looks like what's the fucking the King Ghidorah kind of. Or maybe a Fin Fang Foom dragon from Marvel. So there's, I don't know. I don't dislike that. It looks kind of like a bit of a frill neck lizard if you want to get really patriotic about it, Matty. I don't hate that. Now, what I do hate about this is fucking Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc. The Titan. With fucking hairy legs. Like,
I do think the Titan actually lets Team Monster down.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm gonna say this. They're all incredible. I know this is the Colossus from fucking Sinbad or whatever it is. It is an incredible sort of representation of that in Destiny armor. But do I really want hairy legs? Probably
no.
not.
Here's the thing. First, we don't have beards in Destiny. True. So, and the second thing is,
are you saying that hairy legs stand in for beards?
What I'm saying is, I don't feel like this image. I don't think people can imagine what hairy legs look like in the Destiny engine because we don't really have we've got some armor pieces with like fur around the collar and that, but like. Where do you see clumps of fucking what would that fucking look like in game?
I don't know. Now I kind of want to see. I know. Like, despite myself, I want to see what that fucking armor set looks like in game now. Fuck you, Matt. Honestly. All right. So that's Team Monsters. I know. Yeah, it's pretty cool, but It's not even close to this. This is basically the greatest armor in Destiny's history, in my opinion. We've got a Velociraptor Hunter, a Triceratops Warlock, and of course the T-Rex with the smidgy short arms. They even look like they're actually short arms.
Like, it looks small on the rest.
I know, right? Like someone's done that on purpose. But look, I don't know. I saw this and I didn't look at anything else except the Titan, and it reminded me of Grimlock, and I'm like, I'm throwing my whole soul behind this. This is.
Do you know what? You know what's really upsetting.
What's
Not
that?
upsetting.
What's that?
The monsters design are obviously by a different artist and they're on a different angle and they're not even comparable. Like I feel like the monster is much more conceptual and I feel like this is a little bit more concrete with how stuff's going to look. Like if you look at the monster, it's like just
I see what
general,
you're saying.
they're like general themes.
Yep.
Whereas this is much more like
It seems more fleshed out. There's a lot of detail in it.
with how the chess
branding and
pieces
stuff on
and
the
how
chess pieces.
how
and
it's
all
going
that.
to look in that.
The one comment that I have seen thrown around is that the components of the monster armor kind of look like they'd be better for just using certain pieces in your mix to make your armor look better. I think no matter what you do with the dinosaur armor, it is going to look like fucking dinosaur armor. I don't think there's any two ways about it. like even if you take the helmets out of the equation, it still looks like fucking Grimlock, right? So
Chess piece is pretty cool.
the chess piece is sick. I love it. So I'm 100% throwing my support behind Team Dino. Matt, have you picked a team?
Oh yeah, I picked Dino. Yeah,
Good boy. Good boy.
Velociraptor, mate. Velociraptor.
It's got the toe on it too. I'll quickly pull that up. It's got the big fucking protruding toe there. As I tweeted yesterday, I would love if you stood still for too long that it tapped.
Oh yes.
And the best tweet I've seen, I can't remember who said it, but someone said that we need Mr. DNA from Jurassic Park as the ghost. Like, maybe with Richard Attenborough's voice saying, "We spared no expense." Yeah, I mean, if you're too young, you probably got no idea what I'm going on about. And I pity your fucking soul. So anyway, moving on. So that was, I don't know, that was the really big news from the 12. I love it. I love this stuff. I love just, like arbitrary, silly shit to argue about. It makes my day. It makes my week.
I'm just going to be able to buy it and not have to participate in Festival of the Lost.
Well, it'd be interesting to see if they sort of do something different. I mean, Festival of the Lost has been largely the same for the last few years. And I'd like to think that, we're going to see something a bit of a rethink of it. I hope anyway.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of people say, well, why didn't we just get 2 armor sets and then use the idea of well, whoever does the most stuff with the armor sets equipped, then we just get to keep the one that does the most stuff. So it's kind of like this inherent contest.
When is Festival Lost?
Not till October.
I was going to say, if they're doing this now, this gives you an insight into how long it takes to make them.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, that's full concept stage. That's so.
Yeah. They're not.
Yeah.
That's complete concept. They're not going to look exactly like that.
They've committed to that pretty heavily to even flesh that out to the point that they have. So pretty nuts. I love it. I think it's great.
I was going to say about Festival of the Lost. Do you know what you haven't thought about?
What's that?
Remember what happened last time? They made a really good ornament that you could buy.
No. You're going to remind me though. What was it?
Remember how they said that they basically funded fucking that mission?
They funded Worldline off the ornaments for what do you call it?
The Sniper.
Sniper,
right?
Whisper of the Worm. Yeah. Yeah.
So just think. Just think.
Are you positing that we're going to get a dinosaur-based mission by buying the dinosaur gear?
Maybe.
Oh man, imagine that! Just speeding along in your ghost, getting chased by a T-Rex. Fucking sign me up. Sign me up. Get Jeff Goldblum on the books.
Oh.
Yes. That 100% won't be happening. Chat, don't even bother getting excited about that. But we are. All right. The other thing,
anything comparable to a dinosaur that could fit the Destiny universe? What's the closest we could get that would be like
Riven? Kara.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. I want to see an Kara eat a goat and a lawyer.
Was in the toilet on the dummy.
Yeah. You know. I don't know. I feel like lawyers get a bad rap because even my kids hate lawyers because of that movie. They laugh when that guy gets eaten, and I know that's not good. but it's pitched very
I know he's
comedically.
a bit young for Jurassic Park.
You're never too young for Jurassic Park, matey. Come on.
Classic. It's a classic.
It's
Never
timeless.
too young for the classic.
Nah, I mean Thea hasn't seen it. It'd scare the absolute shit out of her, but the older one has. She's sort of on the cusp of, you know, if you're really good, you get to watch some stuff that's a little bit bit scary. But like I think back and I'm like, I was younger than her when I went to the fucking cinema to see it, and I was younger than that again. I think I was about the same age as she is now, and I went to the cinema to see fucking Braveheart. Like.
I'll tell you that story where me and Chris went to daycare and they played Terminator 2.
How old were you?
How
old were you?
Old enough to mum be really fucking pissed off.
Did you have fucking the Sarah Connor being blown apart by the nuke? Did that... Has that been haunting you for your entire life?
I remember as a kid being like, "Mum's gonna be pissed. I don't think I should be here watching this. Like, I know, I'm not allowed to watch this, and just being scared to watch it. But all the other kids are watching it.
There's some savage murders in that. Like this. You shouldn't be watching that as it like it. Yeah, you need to be a lot older than that. Holy shit. Yeah. Well, anyway, that's horrifying. But let's jump into the last and most exciting piece of news for Destiny this week. It's not anything that's been officially supported, though they have said that they're not going to patch it until we hit Grandmaster Nightfalls. But 12-man activities. I'm not sure if you've done one, Matty. I don't think you have. I don't think you've. It's too much chaos for your stream, but me being me and loving that sort of shit. We did a 12-man Deepstone Crypt on Saturday night, and then we did Last Wish on Monday, which was like, it was so backwards in terms of what was actually difficult. It was like the first encounter, is it Carly, the first encounter, or is that the second? Or Shurochi? I get it mixed up. But the one where you've got to get into the little doors, there's only 6 little doors and you can't have more than one person in it. So it became this like 6 people were definitely going to die. And then we had to figure out how to... Sorry?
How could you not one phase DPS with 12 people?
Just a sheer lack of competence, I suppose.
Okay. Like, surely 12 laments, or is there not enough room for...
Floating in the air. I mean, we killed Riven in 3 seconds by just hacking his hand to death with Lament. It was the easiest encounter I've ever done in anything ever. It was fucking laughable. It was just stupid. But Carly was actually fucking like, we needed to think about it, because not only are people dead, but we need to get people up, or that timer fucking counts down and you just wipe. Like, we actually wiped on the first encounter. And then just basically brute forced everything else from there. But it's a lot of fun. I hope that they seriously think about something, that's just fun and, a bit more frivolous than the normal Destiny PvE fare that many people can jump into, and, very, very bullet spongy bosses and stuff like that to get a team that big together. Cause it's just, I don't know. You obviously feel like you're doing the wrong thing when you do it, and you know that the encounters aren't designed for it, but there is just something inherently hilarious looking around and seeing 11 other people in that kind of situation. There's people fucking everywhere. The jumping puzzle was chaos. It was like everyone jumping on each other's heads. I hope that they find a way to actually bring that into the game. I think it's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen so much cool shit. But like, it's one of those things that I always sort of think back and go like, how long have we been able to do that and just no one figured it out? Or like,
I don't even know what the glitch was. Was it difficult to get to it?
I mean, not if you're Nick and Sass. They seem to be able to do it nearly instantly. I don't know sure how they're doing it. I had to have a go at it for half an hour, and then I got the sack. I'm like, you're shit at it at the end. I got removed. Yeah, right. And then I was just hanging around playing guitar while they did it. But basically all it is making sure that, like, you have like a fire team of 5 that is incomplete, and then as many people as you want on the other fire team, 12 being the maximum, so 7. And when the countdown timer hits 2 in that sort of like, launch 3, 2, 1 sequence, the person on the other end in the other party needs to try and join. So it's like it wigs out at the point that like it knows that the person's trying to join and bringing a whole party with them at the exact point that it loads you into an activity, and it just goes and just lets it happen. So that's basically the glitch. I don't know. I mean, that's my explanation of it anyway. But it's fun time, man. It's just I don't know. I mean, people are using it to farm the living shit out of the double drop nightfall, this Master Nightfall this week. I might do that on stream tonight.
12 people in Nightfall.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be very hard, but it'll be fun.
6 people.
No, 12. You can get 12. Like anything, you can get 12 into.
Yeah, but how are you loading into the Nightfall 6 people?
No. Like on that second team, you could have the other fucking 11 people if you wanted.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's like as if you just sit as if you're going to lobby for a fucking private game and then join on someone joining into an activity, and it goes and just lets it happen.
Oh my god!
But how long has this been the way? I don't know. The other thing about it that surprises me is just how well it's handled by everything. Like even the fucking post, like the carnage screens, right at the end. There's fucking 12 people there, and it works. It fits. It's not like it's 6 people and then the other 6 are just slowly getting off the page. It works. It's there.
They'll never make more people because there's already so many people that have a hard time getting 6 people for a raid. Like we're never going to get anything bigger.
I think if they were to do something that was bigger, it'd have to be like, it'd be match made, a match made activity like escalation protocol or something like that. That I think that was 9. It could get up to 9. So. I think I'd love to see more of that because it's just fun. It's it's not punishing. It's just fun. But dude, super fun. What about you? You want to talk a little bit about lore? We were going to do it at the back end of last week, but then we just noped. Do you want to? Can I tempt you? Can you talk about the glycon and?
I've actually read it on stream. I did the Last Man. What's it called?
Dead Man's Tale.
Dead Man's Tale, and I read all the lore for that. It's a bit spoiler territory, and I actually can't remember it, and I haven't written the script yet because I haven't done the video for tomorrow.
No, we'll do it next week. We'll do it next week.
The only thing I can tell you.
What surprised you about it? What's the tidbit? Because we're going.
The first chapter you can already read, just for getting the gun, I believe, reveals the real Callus.
Ooh.
We get a glimpse of the real Callus.
Ooh.
And he seems to be in this sort of life support structure,
right?
And feeding off the what it actually sounds like you in your office, mate. He lives in a fucking cube and he's sustained by wine.
Well, not wine, but I mean, if it was beers, then basically it's me. Yeah. A crushing indictment. I mean, I feel like I'd get along well with Callus, to be honest. I've been working on growing fat with strength for years at this point. I've got a lot of common ground.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is good. You do get new scannables each week. The level, like the glycon, is pretty well aligned with the lore book. Like they coincide very nicely. So as you're unlocking stuff in there and seeing bits and pieces, it's sort of explain what's happening in there. I honestly can't for the life of me remember. I need to go back and revise it, but that will be not this video, but next video. I think I'll do a full summary of that. So we'll have it.
All right, rad.
For next time.
We'll do it at some point. We'll have a chat about it. I did a classic log power slave and just blasted through the fucking mission, paying no attention to anything. And I'm like, I'll wait for Matt to fucking explain it on the podcast to get my head around it. I've done it twice now.
It's worth it.
I've seen a lot of people talk about it in a pretty excited way in terms of the lore implications. It's just, I'll come back around to it at some point.
Yeah.
Educate myself.
Have you seen Outriders doing some updates?
No, I haven't. I haven't, honestly, I haven't had too much of a look at it. My favorite person on the internet, D1 Alphabet, is Outriders demo veteran at the moment. So I see a tweet of his referring to the content drought going on in the demo, and I'm just like, this is the best. And a whole heap of people like really angry in the response, like, you idiot, fuck, it's a demo and all this sort of shit. So that's my Outriders content for the week. That's it. So Alpha, good on you. Vet.
People
legend.
are like still hitting it
Oh,
hard to try
no,
to get
dude.
legendary over
Oh,
loot
yeah,
cave.
right.
Did I tell you I did a loot cave? That's how
Okay,
into
yeah.
it was. I did a loot cave for a couple hours.
Yeah. Did you get anything or? Oh. So what is it, like an actual, like, are we talking like a Destiny loot cave in that you're just standing there shooting?
Exactly like a Destiny loot cave. It spawns like a major who has a chance, who always drops engrams and has a chance to drop an exotic. And you kill him, you respawn, reset the encounter, go again.
Couldn't set up like a controller with rubber bands on it or nothing like that?
No, because if you're not hitting the right abilities, you actually almost can't get it. Like you gotta get the exact right spot, hit your abilities, drop him instantly. Otherwise, you get mobbed.
Move. All right. Well, look, I'm going to open up chat now. If anyone's got anything they want to talk about, questions you want to throw at me or Maddie, or comments you want to make about everything, go for it. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, with Outriders, okay,
They've learned. They learn from people. So they've made a response to this. They say we understand that you want to do loot grinding, right? And they didn't patch it. We're not patching it. But what we're going to do is make it more lucrative to run the mission. So now you can get exotic from the end chest. And so now it's like, well, there's a whole bunch of mages and, you know, captains throughout the mission. I might as well do the mission because they're all chances of exotics. And then I get to the chest and it has a higher chance of getting an exotic. So, which they call legendaries. I think they're legendaries or epics. I don't know. Something like that. Can we fucking unionize and just say all looter shooters have to use the exact same names and the exact same fucking colors? Because my fucking smooth brain can't handle any more fucking colors. White, green, blue, purple, gold. Thank you very much. Uncommon, common, rare, legendary, exotic. That's it. That's the story.
It's
that's
just
the thing.
Destiny's in your DNA. Like, that's just happened. That's the way. I don't know. Whenever I see similar loot structures, I go, "Ugh," but I know that everyone will be like, Borderlands did it first. And I just don't care. I just don't care.
What's the top gun in Borderlands? Like, what's their exotic?
The Top Gun. I don't know. Senchi with the question. Have we tried out the Titan exotic chest piece yet? I have. It's fucking insane. That's what we were doing in Gambit the other night, was getting 3 Titans and Sassy running around playing Invader to just absolutely obliterate enemies. I would recommend it. It's nuts. It does feel like an equivalent to Celestial Nighthawk on a Golden Gun Hunter. And I love it for that reason. I think it'll be one of those things that I don't think will be used super common, but I think there will be things that arise that it is kind of the metaphor. So, pretty good. Matt, how's married life? 2 weeks in. How's it treating you?
Mate, I'm still slamming cocktails. Do you know what I mean? Like every night almost. And I think this might be why I'm irritable.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem, is that, like, while you're drinking the cocktails, you're fine, but as the rest of everything else, it just becomes a bit of a drag.
Like,
speaking from experience,
I've been thinking, why I've been so angry this week, and then I just realized just then I've been drinking me pirate cocktail.
Morgies.
What?
Been drinking Morgies.
No, I know a different pirate cocktail. So I've had coconut rum, white coconut rum, right?
Yep.
With orange juice, pineapple juice, and a bit of grenadine.
That sounds pretty tasty.
It's very, it's very sweet, but
yeah, you're like kind of refreshing too. Yeah,
refreshing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big glass of ice.
Can someone just clip that 1 second of Maddie just doing that? That's next week's promo. Destiny Down Under ASMR.
Maybe it's not angry.
Yeah, I
Maybe
mean,
it's
like
like-
you got to look after yourself. I've started to realize that, and it's just eating shit and stuff like that too will completely fuck you up.
Yeah, I've been eating a lot of different foods, and I think it's because I was getting shredded for the weird. I was probably not eating very many different stuff, so maybe it's the sugar.
Gandalf in chat wants to know if we can cobble together a reason for there being dinosaur armor in the Destiny lore.
This is a good point. Is it going to have lore tabs? You reckon? Probably not.
I hope so. I hope it's just a story from the perspective of a T-Rex. I mean,
What? Just like, man, I wish I could pick up shit with my arms.
if you're happy and you know it, clap your own.
Do you know what?
Why
If
not?
if I had half a brain and could be bothered, I would write some goofy lore for each lore piece just to give Bungie a bit of a push to make lore tabs. What would be a reason for them putting dinosaur bones?
There's no reason that we need for dinosaurs beyond like they're cool, right? Like because they're a real thing in the world. Like they actually existed at some point. So someone could have dug up a fossil and went, you know what? I like the look of that. I mean, why have we got fucking bull horns on Titan helmets already and shit like that? It's the same thing. But like, why is Godzilla?
Yeah.
Like, unless they're fans of franchise films, it's a bit hard to weave in.
You know what, it probably will be a Festival of the Lost tie-in. It'll be a dress-up thing.
Yeah,
That's usually how they tie in goofy stuff.
yeah. I mean, as a non-tweeted correctly, I might add that dinosaurs were with us and now they're gone. So, Festival of the Lost, the dinosaurs. Fair enough, not recently, but we've lost them. It's very sad.
I feel like dinosaurs will win just because of the age bracket. There's so many fucking kids cartoons that involve dinosaurs that it's like there's no way the Destiny population don't prioritize dinosaurs over monsters.
Yeah, but even like up to in your 30s, like Dino Riders, the Dinobots and Transformers. You know,
like dinosaur Transformers, Dino Riders.
Yeah,
Fucking
I feel a little bit for the monsters.
There was a whole golden age of dinosaur cartoons, man, that just fucking was slamming it.
Yep. Dinosaurs were actually Armcaras. There you go. Power Rangers Dino Thunder. I think I am probably a little too old for that. Definitely the first. Was it the Red Ranger or the Black Ranger that was the first one to be a dinosaur? I can't remember.
I think the black one was first, but then there was a whole series where they were all dinosaurs, right?
Yeah, just throwing bad people through cardboard buildings like a bowls.
Like a bow.
That's on my bucket list. Have I ever told you that on my bucket list is pretend to be a giant in a cardboard fucking city? Just once. I just want to throw one person through a cardboard building, and that's it.
Have I told you my Transformer story? My dress-up Transformer story?
Yeah, this sounds like it might be a good spot to wrap up the podcast. Is it embarrassing?
Yeah.
Perfect. Proceed.
Right. So I'm dressed as Optimus Prime.
Yes.
So I've got cardboard boxes on me, right? Basically, like cardboard chest, cardboard head, cardboard arms. Can't move for shit. We're getting a photo, right? At my best mate's house, who was my best man, by the way.
Rad.
At the wedding. Okay. And I'm like, I think I'm on one knee. This is bad. I'm on one knee to do the like a pose.
Yeah, to get in the photo. Yeah, right.
and
How old are you at this point? How old are you?
It would be university days, so it would be like 21, 22, right. Something like that.
Right, so old enough to know better. Good.
Right. And as you normally do, when there's a funny photo, what you do is you grab your mate's dick next to you, or you give him a sack tap.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. As is tradition. I'm not sure if that's it's also sexual assault, I guess, but moving on.
So I thought my mate was standing next to me.
Oh, I can see where this is going, and I like it. Go.
And I go in for a sack tap because I can't fucking see because I got a box on my head. Turns out it was his new girlfriend.
You're a horrible person. Did you like?
Yeah, I apologized immediately. I said
Yeah, of
sorry.
course. That's, I mean,
Grabbing your
look,
boyfriend's dick.
does that make it better though? I mean, yeah,
Anyway,
look,
they're
we
married
don't-
now, and we're good friends. So
Yeah,
Relax.
all's well that ends well. But yeah, I once went to a housewarming party dressed as Optimus Prime in a child's
Child's
costume when I was about 24, and just stretched myself into it. So it was all ripped and fucked. Optimus Crime. All right, well, look, we might wrap up there. That's a fucking enough of this shit talking for a week. But I don't know. I don't know. I feel better, man. Do you feel better? Do you feel like you're on the upswing, or are you going to be miserable again next week?
Well, I haven't told you, but next week might be the final week of the PhD, so I'll probably be miserable.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. All right, well, on that note, we'll see you again next week for more misery.
Bye.
Bye. Hang around for a raid. Love you. Bye.